the channel width, also known as the gullet width. This is important to have no contact on the horse's spine. The horse's spine has the middle bone, spinal processes, and then on the side, in this area right here, there's a couple little transfers, spinal transfers. And right here you can see beautiful on this horse, that ridge, that is the horse's ligament. We do not want to sit on that. So first you go to the horse at the base of the withers and gentle press towards it until you hit that transfer, and see how he just stopped his back and how tight he got. This is, I just do it to mark his spine with one hand, and then I put my other hand in between. And what I like to see on this horse is the channel width on your saddle at least 4 fingers wide. Let's look it over here. I got 3 saddles I can choose of. So it fits him nice in the front, but while we go to the back, it goes down to right 1 fingers. That I would not choose. Here we have a saddle what is just 2 fingers all the way. Again, that is too narrow, it would sit on the ligament. Here we got a saddle, we have 4 finger clearance, and that is all the way free. Let me show you how you can see this when you put it on the horse. Put it behind the shoulder. You can look all the way through from the front, and then when you look from the back, you stand right from the back of the horse, and you can see very nice the light shine through. And very important that the saddle is wide in the back too, because when you ride around corners, the back swings over left to right. So it's very, very important, especially the back is nice and wide. Okay, so when we put a saddle on what is too narrow in the channel, it would probably sit anywhere around here. And if you go to your horse and you start rubbing his ligaments, pay attention to this area right here. You will see his back muscle, how he's tightened and hollows away. And that's just little pressure here. And you obviously can see his discomfort, he's shifting his weight. And why would I press on these ligaments? Exactly the same if I keep rubbing the back of my hand. After 10 seconds, I do this every day, after a week I can't even make a fist. Very important to not sit on these ligaments. So let me put a saddle with a narrow gullet on. And when I look from the back, I can see clearly how the saddle sits on the spine, and I can only imagine what will happen if he goes around corners. The whole panel sits right on the backbone. A very uncomfortable, causes long-term damage to the horse. In medical terms we call this spondylosis. What will happen if the gullet is too wide? I have put on here with chalk line the width of his spine, and when you grab your horse with the 8 fingers and run down, you feel the top of the ribs. Your panel should sit through here. So if you make a saddle where the gullet is too wide, you start ripping the muscle of the ribs, and your weight-bearing surface becomes very, very small. What we're trying to achieve is optimal weight-bearing surface. If the gullet is too wide, the channel either goes nice and wide, but the actual contact area gets very small, or if my panel stays wide, I start stripping the muscle from the ribs. Other big problem can happen if the channel is too wide. The back of the tree will happen to push onto the vertebrae.